temporary. And before I started this journey, I was once a dude that was lost. You know what I'm saying? Ran this, never took the time out and just invested to myself.
Gotcha.
And we don't invest and
you are now
I always knew it was something special to me. I always knew I could do more, but I street, got fad money, did what I wanted to do in the city of Atlanta. And you know, I didn't know that my environment. You know what I'm saying? You had the same situation with your brother, similar situation. And when I came across your page, I was like, man, see me. A lot of people try to go at the big people that got the big platform.
Right, exactly.
I think all is special.
Yeah, for sure.
With the name, without the name, we all special in our certain type of way. So guess what? I'm like, man, let me get on her podcast. And when I see you, you know, something was on my heart, like, man, just reach out to her. And I'm glad I reached out to you.
Thank you. What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl, Patria Speaks, and I'm back with another episode with y'all. If this is your first time tuning into this podcast, welcome, welcome, welcome. But if you're not new to this and you're true to this, welcome back. Today, we are having real conversations with real people. I have a brother here that's coming to the podcast as well as his beautiful wife. I have Mark Williams and I also have Stacy Williams that is going to come to the podcast today. And when I tell you, I am super excited about them coming on here to bless us. And it is Christmas, y'all. Yes. So this is our Christmas special. I'm so excited to have them. They're going to talk about their books. They're going to talk about their testimony. And like I told them before, this is double for your trouble, triple for your trauma. I'm so excited to have them here, and we're just going to talk about it. But if this is your first time tuning into this podcast, welcome, welcome, welcome. But if you're not new to this and you're true to this, welcome back. All right, so let me just introduce my guest today. Today, Demark is the proud owner of Miracle Lab Solutions and a dedicated entrepreneur, author, speaker, and life coach. Through his book, Pain is Temporary, a Grief and Anger Survivor's Guide, and his coaching work, he helps others to overcome life obstacles and transform their pain into purpose. Dr. Stacy Williams, Dr. HC, is an Atlanta native, faith-based possibility coach, health and wellness coach, and a best-selling author dedicated to helping others overcome life's toughest challenges. As an author of The Infertile Woman, Overcoming the Impossible, Stacy shares her powerful story of transforming personal adversity, including infertility, divorce, health struggles, into a life of purpose and resilience. She's equipped her audience with actionable principles to navigate their own impossible situations with faith and determination. So let's get into this episode. What's up, beautiful people?
What's
What's going on? I'm so excited for y'all to pull up on me.
I am excited
and come to the beautiful couch.
Yes.
This is our Christmas special.
Can I get a
I'm
clap?
excited.
This is our Christmas special, and I'm so excited to have both of you here. My first initial visit with both of you guys and really getting to know each other was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
It was.
I love the fact that God just moved us, and it was. So let me say it like this. Mark, is it okay for me to call you Mark?
Call me Mark, yeah.
Okay.
Mark.
So Mark we started following each other through a mutual friend or follower.
Yep.
And I see that you post frequently. Motivational speaking.
Every day.
I'm gonna show you guys on the screen.
Thanks.
Motivational speaker, speaking to the people. It's a slogan that you have. Can you tell us that slogan?
Don't do that now. Listen, it's another day, another dollar, but it's another day to praise God.
That's right.
Amen.
And I love it. And so it grabs the attention of the audience to say, you know what, let me stop and listen to what this brother really has to say.
Thanks.
And then I see you promoting this beautiful book called Pain is Temporary.
Yes,
and when I tell y'all, this book blessed me. If you only knew how this podcast started, was me grieving my brother. So when I read this book, I was so excited about it because I was like, at the same time I was emotional But it definitely spoke to my heart because I felt the same emotion that you did of being the
Facts.
oldest child. And I was like, oh my God, this book is definitely blessing. And not only do you bless the people with this book, you also teach them at the same time.
Facts.
And that's just your skill of life coach. Right,
Yep.
right. So I was blessed to meet Mark when we initially wrote up, but he didn't say, y'all, that he had his wife with him. So I'm like, I get out of the car and I'm like, I see him, and we're originally supposed to meet at one location, but I get out the car and I'm walking towards the location and he's like, hey. And so I'm like, that must be him. And then he says, yeah, my wife is in there with my daughter. So I'm like, oh, okay, well,
whole family.
Okay, we got the whole family. I'm excited about that. So I go inside and he introduced me and Stacy.
Yes.
And then he tells me Stacy's an author as well. And if you guys can see, we have her book here. This is going to be the best episode because this is going to bless someone. Not only is it going to bless people who are overcoming pain, but there's going to be women who's also going to be blessed by this episode, upcoming episodes, because we're going to get Miss Stacy on here as well to speak on her book. And then we're going to speak to the kids as well. We're going to get into it. Y'all know I'm long-winded. So we're going to have Mark go ahead and talk about how you got started and bless the people for us.
Hey, how y'all doing today, man? Then Mr. Pain and Temporary P's down. So when I do like this, right, that's a P. So it stands for Pain and Temporary. And before I started this journey, I was once a dude that was lost. You know what I'm saying? Ran the street, got fad money, did what I wanted to do in the city of Atlanta. And, you know, I really was a product of my environment. You know what I'm saying? And I always knew it was something special in me. I always knew I can do more, but I never took the time out and just invest into myself.
Got you.
And when we don't invest into ourselves, we start looking for love in the wrong place. Don't that make sense?
Right.
So as I got to growing and I got to being to myself, see, I was always with a lot of people. Always with 1,000 people. And I never got the chance to just be to myself. So when I got to myself, I got along, you know, got closer to God. God started speaking to me, and he also used her to help me. And I've been, you know, me and her been together. How long we been together, baby? I don't want to say nothing wrong. I don't want to mess nothing up now. You feel me? I know now, but I just want to be for sure.
My daddy said, let her answer.
Go ahead.
22 years.
Okay, 22 years. So she was like, hey, Mark, you know, you still running the street. I know you're trying to get some money and everything, but you got a story to tell. Won't you take the book out the class with me, and we can see, can we put your story out? That's how that book got started. Okay. So before I started into this, I didn't know nothing about none of this stuff. And I was just like, man, what is you talking about? I don't know how to, you know, I'm not a great reader. Right. I know how to read, but I'm not a perfect reader. And I'm not the perfect writer, so how I'm going to get a book out? So
look at God.
She was like, man, you just got to step out on faith and just try. So once I started, I used to be up late night. She'll be asleep, and I'd be writing in my notepad, just writing. And, you know, God said, Mark, this is your story, so what you tripping about? Only thing you got to do is put the story together.
Let's go.
And she can write it and put it out.
Yes.
So, you know, I wrote the story about my little brother, Dominique. I was 15. He walked off, and he got hit by a drunk driver. And when I put the book out, I said, okay, how can I make this book so it won't be too sad for people? Right. You know, when people see sad stuff, they run. Right. So I'm like, how can I get this message out? So I was like, let me put the book out, but not only put it out there as pain is temporary, and my brother got hit by a car and died, let me tell these people how I overcame my pain.
Let's go.
And I was young, and I didn't know nothing about pain. I didn't know nothing about grief, none of that. So I was going to school every day. I was playing basketball, and I had a game the next week, and my coach told me, he said, Mark, I know you're going through a lot, and I know you probably don't even want to play basketball no more. I was like, yeah, you're right. I don't want to play no more. So he was like, man, you got to keep your brother in your heart. he was like, man, what your brother wants you to do right now? I said, he'll want me to play basketball.
Let's go.
I taught him how to play basketball. So
Right.
my next,
He was
the
good at it.
game Friday, I talked to him on a Tuesday, my coach. I played Friday, I scored 42 points.
Let's go.
And when I was on the court, it just felt like I just had wings. You know what I'm saying? And, you know,
Come on, Air
so
Jordan.
I tell people, like, no matter what you going through at the present moment, God always got something special for us in the background. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. That's
and I had
right.
to
Amen.
understand that because sometimes our situation be looking the worstest.
Mm-hmm.
And we feel like we can't get through it because we don't have, you know what I'm saying? For one, we feel like we the only one going through it.
Right.
For two, we feel like, hey, this the end of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And for three, we don't have the right support. So,
Right.
you know, as I got closer to God, you know, God brought her back in my life. I had my daughter, and, you know, everything started building itself.
I know that's right. Give it up for Mark. Give it up for Mark. I like how God really we get in our feelings about our, like my aunt would say, my brother was a sacrifice. You kind of get
Yep,
everybody's
yep.
attention
Yep.
Yes.
and pull.
Yep.
And I got sad about that. You know, why you had to use my brother as a sacrifice in
Facts.
order to move us.
Yep.
But God used his begotten son as a sacrifice.
He
Yes.
sure did.
And so
Sure
the
did.
more and more that rang in my head, I say, you know what? He's in a better place.
Yep. Yep.
And even though he's not here, he's within me.
Yep.
So reading your book and listening to you say the spirit, that's crazy, right?
Yeah,
just
that's
said-
I was
right.
just
That's
gonna
crazy.
say, God,
They just scared me for a minute.
It's Dominique and Patrick
He
in the
is
room.
here.
He is here.
Are they excited about this
Right, yeah.
episode
Oh,
today?
they
This is it.
excited.
Because my brother
This is
loved
it.
basketball.
What?
My brother was, when I tell y'all, let me tell y'all something about my brothers. They eat, sleep basketball
Yep. Watch it all night.
all
Sport,
night
yep,
long.
Yep.
Me and my brother got into an argument because I
What?
wouldn't take him to the gym
What?
so that he could play basketball.
Yep. Yep.
He had his kids. He had walked to the basketball court. He had to play basketball.
Yep.
He probably they probably in this room for real.
I'm
for real.
telling you,
Facts.
'cause
No, because honestly, truthfully, basketball was my brother's life.
Yep. That mean.
And he loved basketball. My baby brother too, Cyrus. They love basketball. So I'm telling you, this book touched me so much. So much. I was truly blessed. Kind of get me a little emotional about it because reading the book, I was able to even though I was getting emotional, you had moments in the book where it was like self-reflection.
Yep.
Where you can stop and pause.
Yep.
In
Yep.
a line. That's
Yep.
something that I talk about in my reflection book is stop, pause, and reflect.
Yep.
So
Yep.
when you had the self-reflection book, self-reflection questions, it gets you back on track again.
Facts.
There was something that you mentioned in your book where you said you can mourn or you can grieve, but don't stay in it.
Don't stay there.
Don't stay there.
Don't stay there.
Stay there.
Don't stay there. So once I got emotional with reading that part and then you stopped and you had us to write the reflections, I said that's what it means is you can't sit in it.
Yep. 'Cause
And that's one thing about it. Don't sit in it.
now you're right too, and that's the main thing right there. Cause I had a dude walk past me the other day, and I had pain is temporary on my shirt. He said, "Man, what you talking about? Pain is temporary. Pain lasts forever." I said, "Bro, it's only last forever if you let it." You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
And you know, like that's the main thing, cause you know everybody grieve different, and you know. Sometimes I still have my moment where I probably drop a few tears because,
Right.
you know, pain don't ever go away, but
It just gets easier.
gets easier.
yes, and you got to know how to put one foot in front
From
of
the
the
other.
other.
Right. Exactly.
You got to know how to do that because sometimes people give up,
Right.
and you know, sometimes people anything can go wrong. They turn to
Turn to-
drugs. They
Yeah,
turn to
substances.
commit suicide.
Right.
And,
Because they don't know how to
How to-
handle it.
Yeah.
Process. This journey, I told him, I said, everything you went through wasn't for you. It was literally for this moment
Yes.
to help someone else.
Right.
Because when we go through, when we're in the midst of it, we're like, why me?
Exactly.
this hurt Jesus.
Right.
Facts.
And
Facts.
we don't realize until we get to the victory side of it that, okay, now I'm having people ask me about certain things, or God is sending people in my direction that I can minister to. And then it starts to click like, oh, I get it now. Because I went through that, I can now help somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
So every storm, dark place, darkness that you're going through, be with that particular moment, because that's what it is. It's just a moment.
It's just a moment.
It's gonna pass away.
temporary.
Because God gonna
Yep,
use it.
temporary. Oh,
That
yeah.
it's a test for a testimony,
Right.
Yeah.
and that's all it is.
Right. Exactly.
And I didn't, you had the same situation with your brother, similar situation. And when I came across your page, I was like, man, see me. A lot of people try to go at the big people that got the big platform.
Right, exactly.
I think all is special.
Yeah,
Every-
for sure.
With the name, without the name, we all special in our certain
Right.
type of way. So guess what? I'm like, man, let me get on her podcast. And when I seen you, something was on my heart. Like, man, just reach out to her. And I'm glad I reached out to you.
Thank
now
you.
we here.
Right. God is good. And God puts the right people in your life to help you to go
Facts.
through this
Yes.
life, this journey.
Journey.
Yes.
And speaking of journey and putting you in the right place at the right time, because Miss
Yep.
Stacy thought we wasn't going to hit her up,
Facts,
right? Because
facts,
me and Mark
facts.
was having this conversation,
Facts.
but I was just waiting for the right time. So we're talking about journey. How did you and Mark actually meet?
Oh,
Hey, give it to him,
Let's
baby.
go.
Let's go.
Let's
It's
go.
on you, baby.
we actually met through family members.
Oh,
My
okay.
brother and his cousin actually put us together.
Oh, okay. That's a beautiful
And-
thing.
It was literally, he known my brother for a long time, and he didn't even know my brother had a sister. And so I got a phone call from his cousin, was like, do you have a boyfriend? And I was like, no, why? She's like, my cousin want to holler at you, so yeah, can I give him your number? I was
Now,
like,
how old were you guys?
We were
when-
young. but that was-
16.
Okay,
We were young,
okay.
young.
So
We
yeah,
was
when you
16.
say 22 years, y'all have known each other for 22.
yeah,
but
we
y'all
known.
been married
Yeah.
for how long?
We've been married for 3 years now,
Oh, okay.
and we've been we dated for like 5.5 years, and we broke up around my sophomore year of college, and then I went and exposed or experienced life just like he went and experienced life, and literally I got a what do you call it, a DM from him.
You got a direct message.
I got a
He pulled up in
direct
the DM.
He pulled up in the
yes.
DM.
Now y'all know I'm a fool, so y'all better stop.
Hey, DM, yeah.
I got that DM, and it was like, hey, how you doing? I'm just reaching out, because we remain friends.
Okay.
We remain friends, and we still showed up at all family functions, so we
Oh.
was never out of communication, but he had moved to another state.
Okay, it was. You know what I say about that is that it's all in God's timing.
Yes.
Sometimes
Yep.
you'll get a flash of your life before it actually happens.
Facts.
Yes.
And sometimes God needs to, not sometimes, but most of the time, He
Majority,
needs you
right.
to mature because you
Yep.
can't do nothing prematurely.
Yep.
So
No.
he
Yep.
needed, you guys got a little flash of what was going to happen.
Yep.
And then he said, well, let me do this in your life to help you grow.
Yep.
Let me do something in your life to help you grow. So then now when you get together, you can create something very special.
That
Ooh, that
powerful.
was
Come on now,
That
y'all know I
powerful.
clock
Yeah.
that T,
That
y'all.
was
When she
Clock that T.
when she was going through, and like the convo we had, when she was going through something, I was going through something too.
and we didn't even know.
I was in Alabama, and she had just got a divorce, and I was on the side of the road talking to her. She didn't even know. I was
I did
just
not
sitting,
know.
just
Oh, wow.
Alabama dark. Where I was at, it was a little country town, but. We both were going through something at the same time, and our conversation went on no boyfriend or girlfriend. It was just like, what you got going on. We just, checking up on each other. And somehow
it.
I end back up in Atlanta a month later. And once I end back up in Atlanta, me and her just started chilling and everything. And, You know, now we've been back together 14 years now.
But
I
yeah,
know,
she's
that's right.
6 and she'll
And
be
you have
7
a
next
beautiful
Saturday.
daughter. Oh, okay.
She was my
Yeah.
Christmas gift, my miracle baby. I struggled with infertility for the longest. And now that I'm on this side of it, I'm like, you know, sometimes God have to close doors that we're not meant to walk through.
Let's
Yep.
go.
Yep.
And if he don't, we will walk through those doors and cause so much trauma and pain for ourselves
Yes,
that we
yes.
will say, "Oh, the devil,
Right, the devil did
this."
Yeah,
that.
but we really done
But
did
we
it to
really was
ourselves.
in our own way.
Right, it's the
and did
choices
it.
that you made.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So God protected me during that time of my life by closing my womb. And so I got a divorce ultimately because of infertility.
Okay.
And literally when me and Mark rekindled, I told him, I was like, straight up, I don't want a relationship. I ain't looking for no boo because I'm dealing with this and I
Right.
don't want to go through the trauma and the pain that comes with the loss of a relationship because of infertility. And I know he didn't have kids. So I know one day you going to want kids. So let's not cause me no more harm.
Listen.
And he was straight up honest with me and was like, girl, I don't care about that.
I'm like, we both.
Listen, if it happened, it happened.
Hey,
He
it
was
is
like,
what it is.
You fertile. You gonna have a baby one day. I really just want to be with you for you.
I know,
So,
that's right.
It is what it is. And if we got to adopt, I'm okay with adopting.
Right.
But I want to be with you for you.
Come on now. Y'all give it up for
Man,
that. Y'all give it
that
up for
made me
that.
think. That made me think right there. Cause I be telling like, and when I was young, I didn't understand this. Every man need a powerful woman behind him. Like
Yeah.
You
that
better
just
talk
make
about
you
it.
complete. And I didn't understand that. Cause I used to be like, for one, I never knew my father. My mama raised me, so a man, you know, you had to either get taught by a male or you're gonna learn yourself. And I had to learn myself. You be incomplete without a strong woman behind you.
Right.
Cause yeah, you know, y'all bring out stuff that we don't see in ourselves.
Exactly.
And I tell every man, get you a powerful black woman, whatever woman you want, just get you a powerful woman.
That's right.
Hey.
That's right. And that's what I'm telling you guys is just what this podcast is about building relationship, building a relationship with yourself,
Yep.
building a relationship with God, and building a relationship with others and your purpose as well.
Yep.
And you guys, both of you, are the representation of that. That
Facts.
you both build a relationship with God. You know God. Y'all, you both work with God, put head of everything y'all
Yes.
do.
Yes.
And then you had to learn on your own to put yourself first instead of putting this in front of pain.
Facts.
And behind pain.
Facts.
Both of you both had pain in your life.
Yes.
You met at a certain time where you could both speak life into each other.
Yep.
Yep.
And then it became something beautiful. That's why I came up with the title with this this episode is Double for Your Trouble.
I love it.
Yeah.
I
And
love
triple for your pain.
Pain.
I
The
love
triple of the I'm sorry, triple for your trauma.
Mm-hmm.
The triple came with the books,
Facts.
The books.
and then it's going quadruple.
The
Yep.
miracle baby
Yep.
that actually is
And then
named after his brother.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So God is doing the thing.
Yep.
God is doing the thing, and you're sitting here today to tell your story to not only my audience, but God's people.
Facts.
Yes.
God's people.
Yep.
So I'm so excited about this. We want to dig a little bit more deep into your story in Pain is Temporary. So I don't know if you want to touch on this, but kind of bring back the day of losing your brother.
Okay, so I think it was like a Thursday or Friday, and it was one of them days we was out of school, cause the day it had to be a Saturday, cause it was
also your little
it was like a
brother's
Friday, Saturday. It was my little brother's birthday. My little brother named Randy. It was his birthday, and for the record, my mama got 9 kids.
Okay.
6 boys, 3 girls. I'm the oldest son though, and my brother that died, he was under me. But I had my mom woke me up out of my sleep. She was like, "Mom, where your little brother at?" I'm like, "I don't know where he at." So come to find out, we used to go down the street and play basketball in the street, and there used to be a lot of girls around and stuff. My other little partner stayed across the street in Pittsburgh. So she was like, "Go find your brother." So I already knew where he was. She was like, I think he snuck out the window. I'm like, he could have went out the door. Why would he go out the window?
Go out the window, right?
But my little brother used to do stuff like that. So I go down the street. He's sitting on the steps talking to the girl. The girl probably, he ain't number 12. The girl probably like 19, 20. You know what I'm saying?
He's a
So
ladies' man.
I say, "Man, mama looking for you. Where you been at?" He was like, "I've been out here just chilling." I said, "You been gone." I said, "Ain't that but like 9 o'clock, so you had to leave out the house at 7 o'clock." He said, "Yeah, it was early when I left." I said, "Yeah, we got to go back to the house." "Why I got to go back to the house?" I said, "Oh, man, because he always try to fight me."
Yeah.
When I had to go and correct him, I said, "Mom." So we walked back to the house and said, "Mom, why you always sending me out there to get him? Because he always trying to swing on me."
Yeah.
So, you know, she got on him and everything. He went to sleep. I went to sleep because it was still early. So we both, when we got up, my mom was in the kitchen cooking some fried chicken that she fed her chicken every day. Churches, my mom loved chicken. So, my little brother asked, he was like, "Hey, mama, since it ain't too early, can I go back down the street?" She was like, "Yeah, boy, you can go back down there." And I said, "Mom, I just go down there with him just to watch him." So we go back down the street. So we in the middle of the street. We getting ready to play basketball. I told you we used to play basketball in the street. So I'm getting ready to put the net up on the goal. And my little brother he said, "Hey, can I go to the store with these girls?" I was like, "No, just wait till I get finished doing what I'm doing." So I'm putting up the net. The little dude helping me out. We just talking. And 5 minutes later, I just hear a skirt. But I don't hear no boom. You know, when cars wreck, you hear that skirt, boom.
Right.
Yeah, impact. So I'm looking around. I said, "Dang, my little brother took off walking without even telling me."
Right.
So when I heard that with the cars, the girl came around the corner screaming. But when they were screaming, they were like, "More, more, more." But I didn't see my little brother nowhere around. I said, "Oh my God." So when I went to the end of the street, so he tried to go across the street, called Metropolitan. He tried to go across the street, but then he tried to come back when he see he couldn't make it. But the lady somehow, when she hit him, she ran up on the curb a little bit. Did you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
So when she hit him, he went in the air and he fell on his head. So when he fell on his head, he cracked his skull. And the dude that was out there, I was trying to hold him. So I told him, I said, "Hey, let me run to the house and get my mama right quick. Just stand here." So, the house probably like 3-4 minutes, away from the accident. But
I can imagine that
when I
3-4 minutes probably felt like forever trying to get
because
to
I was
the
running.
house.
So when I got to the house, I passed out on the floor, to be honest to you. And my mom was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, "Mom, you gotta go up the street, because Dominique don't got hit." So she put on her clothes and everything, and she rushed up there. The helicopter came, so they had the airlift on Grady. But Grady got the trauma center for the little kids. What it called? Do you know what it called?
It used to be Hugh Spalding.
Hugh Spalding, yep. You smart.
Yeah.
So they took in Hugh Spalding, and it was on a Friday because my mom was at the hospital 2 days. I didn't see my mama, and I'm gonna be honest to you, I didn't even sleep because I was trying to figure out was he gonna make it or not.
Right.
So that Sunday, my mama came home, and when I see the look on my mama's face, I can remember that to this day, bro. When I see the look on her face, it was just like, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he died on that Sunday, man. And I can honestly say that whole day, that whole week was just weird. And my mama ended up moving out the house because she was like, "I can't stay over here no more.
Right.
I can't stay in that house no more." But I think if my mom would ever moved us out that house, something else would have happened.
Right.
Because the neighborhood we was in was just worse. You know what I'm saying? And I thank God for her just moving around and just letting God to just speak to her. Because that situation right there, even though it was terrible, it saved all the rest of her kids.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It
Right.
saved all the rest of us, and I don't
It
think
definitely
I'd be
make everybody be at attention.
Yeah.
Be cautious about how you move.
Yes. Yes.
Some siblings like mine are maybe still angry.
Yes.
Some of them, might even be mad at God for the situation that happens.
Yeah.
And being the oldest, it's like you got to hurry up and try to maneuver quick.
Yes.
Because you being strong for your mama, you being strong, in my sense I was being strong for both of my parents.
Yeah.
And being strong for my siblings that were
Right.
still here.
Right.
Also cousins.
Yeah.
Because I got
Yeah.
cousins that we like this close.
Yeah, me too.
And so they're not understanding what's really going on.
Yeah.
They're like, well, what really happened to Patrick? Like,
Yeah.
they're trying to figure it out. And still to the day, they still trying to figure out.
Yeah.
A lot of people might not understand, and I don't know if you could relate to this, Mark, is they want to know why you so smooth and so cool with it.
Yeah.
Why you not mad? Why you not angry at God?
Yeah.
Why they do that to him?
Yeah.
Can you and you have to be like, listen, this isn't God's time, and I can't question God.
And God actually spoke to me. He said, "More," because I used to be angry too.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be trying to figure out what happened. I used to be sleeping all day. I didn't want to play basketball no more. And God said, "More, I put you through this situation. It ain't for you. It's for somebody else."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, like, 3 of us got this. So my brother that died, me, and my second to the oldest sister, we got the same daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of them got same daddy. And I was upset with my daddy the whole time because I ended up being my auntie from Ohio 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, man, your brother, he didn't know nothing about his son dying. She said, yeah, he knew. I said, why he ain't come check on her then? And I was carrying that with me because I'm like, man, all this stuff we've been through, I didn't have a daddy to put a hand on my shoulder and say, it's going to be all right.
Right.
I had to carry on my mother's strength and the streets.
But what you saying that when you said in your book, you had a coach that took the place of that.
Yeah, my coach, and he carried me through. He always checked up on me. He made sure I ate. And, man, I thank God for my coach. I'm still trying to get that book in his hand today. So if you see this podcast, I need to get that book in your hand.
What's his name?
His name Coach White.
Come on, Coach White. We need you to
Coach White.
Look, you in the book.
You was in that book, man.
You in the book.
Yeah,
Yes.
she read that book.
Mm-hmm. I had to read the book.
You read that
I need to make sure that I know what I'm talking about when you pull up on me.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
And God is blessing me with that because I'm going to be honest, and this is off the record, I was never a book reader.
So that's what I was saying.
I was not a book reader. I was it's funny, but I'm not gonna go there. But I was never a book reader. I was a listener. I was C student, books, please. I don't want to do it, but it has to be catching for me in order for me to
gravitate
to the book.
Yep.
And this was relatable for me. As soon as I opened the book, it was relatable to me.
And that was the goal.
That's the whole goal.
Right.
And I'm so grateful. And
Just to hear that.
Just to hear that. And people don't understand, right? When we do this stuff, it's not for you.
Right.
And we get out our mindset like, man, this for me. No. For one, we don't own that.
Right.
God owns everything that we got.
Right.
Even this body we got. We don't own none
You
of
don't
this
own
stuff.
this body either.
So guess what? That book, that's God's testimony that He
That's
gave
God.
me. So, on the face of pain right now, man.
I know that's right.
Walk in it,
That's
baby.
what it is.
Walk.
That's what we need right now.
And it's crazy you said that because I'm teaching people, and even my little brother, I'm teaching them right to don't be perfect, just be better.
Just be better.
Stop thinking you can't go and praise God because you make mistakes.
Right.
When I was selling what I was selling, I was praying at the same time.
Okay. A lot of us still was in the midst of everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doing bad stuff. I was
Yes.
what? Right. And sometimes in the club it be
hey,
which
still
God and still praise God.
You can,
You can
man.
still be who you are and still walk with God. God knows your heart. You ain't
Yes, He
perfect.
does.
He ain't
Yep.
make you perfect.
Yep.
He know you're not perfect. He know what you about to do before you even going to
Yep.
do it. But I don't want you to hold in your purpose
Yep.
and whatever God has speak through your talent, if it's music, if it's basketball, if it's public speaking, if it's podcast, if it's cooking. Look at Tabitha Brown. She speaks through people through her cooking, her hair, all of those things. Don't be afraid to do it. That's where we can find you, Mark.
Hey man, you can tap in IG. I am _money_Mark. And I got a Pain is Temporary 2024 page. I'm on YouTube. Y'all click the link in my bio. And guess what? When y'all come in and all that, they help me to keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? So push me, and I'm going to push y'all, and we're going to push each other together.
That's right.
And Stacy, tell them where they can find you, girl.
You can find me on IG at woman.withpower. Woman, period, with power.
Yes,
okay?
Let's
because
go.
You got power, I got power, but with God, we got all the power. Okay.
Let's get it. And also, you pray to us every morning.
Yes.
She's a praying warrior.
You can get prayers when you lock in with me. Because one thing about it, and two things for sure, the thing that helped save my life and pull me out of the dark places was prayer.
Yes.
Even when I was upset and angry at God, it was prayer. Because he forgives and he teaches us how to forgive.
Yes, let's go.
So, yeah, you get a prayer. We got prayers all day long.
That's right. Right. So I just want you guys to know, pull up on Mark and pull up on Stacy. Also, you will see them probably again. Will y'all come back?
Man,
of course we gonna come back.
Well, we know you coming back.
We locked
Mark,
in. We
gonna get you again. We gonna get you again because what's new? You got something new coming out.
I dropped
that new book.
We dropped the book called You Were Born to Win.
21 days to break an unhealthy habit.
Let's
to
get
create
it.
generational wealth.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And Stacy, do you got something new for us yet?
I don't have anything new just yet, but I am working on. We just wrapped up the 3-day masterclass.
Come on now, like don't leave us hanging there.
Oh my gosh, we just wrapped up the 3-day masterclass to breaking barriers to achieve the impossible. I'm working on putting together my weight loss workshop. To help you guys lose to win, to take back your life, your spiritual life, your health, and your wealth.
How much weight you lost?
I've lost 120 pounds in the last 5 years.
Listen, I need to get the book. And
if you get the book, as she said, I did put all my bonuses in the book for is how I started my weight loss journey, motivation to stay on your weight loss journey, and also some little nuggets, some meal prep, and all that good stuff.
Now, this is off the record because I read a little bit of your book. Do you talk about, I'm remembering, PCOS?
Yes, I talk about PCOS because I battle and I'm surviving and thriving with polycystic ovarian syndrome known as PCOS or PCOS.
Listen, y'all see why I gotta get her back on, because a lot of our sisters are talking about it, they're suffering from it or thriving through it, like you said. So that's why, honey, it's the reason why we gotta get Stacy back on so we can dig a little bit deeper. Yes. No tea, no shade towards Mark. We gotta get it because hers is a little bit more, deep as far as because we're women type thing. So we're gonna get you back on so we can talk about. See, I didn't leave you hanging, girl. I read the book now.
You know what? With you just saying that, honestly, Mark didn't know what PCOS was.
Listen, I didn't know either.
We rekindled. Like when we was younger, he knew of my struggles with different things like the irregular cycles, but it didn't have a name then.
Right, it did not.
So now that we get back together and he find out I'm infertile or I was infertile, and he's like, well, what is that? And when he went and researched, he was like, now I know how to deal with you. And I was like, what do you mean deal with me? He was like, because prior to that, I didn't know how to handle your moods because it caused you to be moody. The imbalance in your hormones. And so what I was ministering to him was reading his book helped me to deal with PCOS and the pain that's associated because we had several miscarriages.
Look at God. When I tell y'all this off the record, because he gonna cut this out, I'm going to put that to introduce the next
Segment.
That's all.
segment.
That's
Look at
all.
God. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Us.
Oh,
Okay.
you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm so excited for you guys to pull up. One thing you could say to the audience, Stacy, what do you want to say to the people? If there was one thing you could say to encourage them, to inspire them, just real, maybe 2-3 words.
You are not your pain.
There we go. There we go. Mark, give me 2-3 words.
Let go and let God.
Ooh, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let go and let God. And with that being said, we're going to let go because, you know, Patria is long-winded. But make sure that you pull up on it. Thank you so much for pulling up on the Patria Speaks podcast.
Yes.
We will, if you're not following me on YouTube, what are you waiting for? Because we got so many things to come.
Yes.
You guys don't see my co-host today, but she will be coming back on. Y'all keep her in prayer. Her mom passed away. She went and got her wings. But shout out to Shania. I love her so much. She's super amazing. She will be back on our next episode, Sisterhood. We may have Miss Stacy pull up on us on that one as well.
I will.
But make sure if you guys are not following me on YouTube, make sure you follow me and catch my vlogs, y'all, because I got a lot of stuff going on and you can get the exclusive on there as well. And make sure you're following me on my Facebook page, which is the Patria Speaks podcast. It is a private group. The reason why, because they get exclusive content. They get exclusive promotions. They get exclusive products. I am now opening up my new book called When Relationship Meets Purpose. Ooh. So I need you guys to pull up on us. It's a reflection journal. So it's sort of like what you got going on, but it's a 90-day journal.
That's all.
It's a 90-day journal. So you guys, that's coming out January 1st. But my people who pull up on me, they get the exclusive products and promotions and things like that. But I don't want to hold you too long. But be beautiful. Be blessed. Yes. It's your girl, Patria Speaks.
Peace.